There is a hidden history to the Vietnam War, a history not of bullets flying, but of energy wasted. It was a technical shame that cost American lives. In the lush, deadly hills of Quang Tri Province, the battle was being dictated by the unseen enemy. The NVA deployed the Dragunov SVD, a precision weapon designed to reach out and touch you at 800 meters. But the American M14, the rifle meant to protect our men, was engineered for compromise. It was a general-purpose battle rifle with an effective range that choked out at 500 meters. That 300-meter gap was a technical betrayal. It was the space where the ghost rounds lived, bullets that came from an enemy too far away to even fight back against. And the true heroes of this war weren't the men who charged the hills, but the quiet, desperate armorers and snipers who realized, to survive, we had to violate the rules of our own rifle. To understand the failure, we must look into the heart of the M14, its gas system. When you fire a bullet, the expanding gas is the engine of the round, but the M14, like most battle rifles, is gas-operated. A precise amount of that crucial propulsive gas is immediately siphoned off to push the operating rod, to cycle the action and load the next round. This design prioritizes reliability and endurance. It ensures the rifle will always cycle, even in the mud and humidity of the jungle. But that consistent function comes at a brutal cost. Every time the gas system cycles the action, it is stealing energy from the bullet. It is ensuring the round slows down sooner. This was the engineering compromise that our men were paying for in blood. The SVD had no such design limitations in the hands of a skilled marksman. It pushed its round to maximum velocity. Our weapon was too civilized, too standardized to win this specific fight. The pressure fell onto the scout sniper platoons. They weren't just losing men. They were watching their brothers die from positions they were ordered not to engage. The call came back over the radio again and again. Negative engagement. Out of range. Official channels offered no quick help. The true sniper rifle, the M40, was scarce. The answer had to come from the field, from ingenuity born of necessity. We don't know his name, but the genius who pioneered the fix was an unauthorized armorer. He was someone who understood physics better than the regulation manual. He realized that the only way to beat the SVD was to cripple the M14's reliability in favor of raw power. The solution was a brazen act of defiance against the entire U.S. ordnance structure. It involved manually restricting the gas flow diverted to the action. Some armorers used shims. Some fabricated crude, unofficial regulators. The simplest version, the one whispered in legends, was exactly what the story implies. A common, low-cost piece of metal, a copper wire or shim, jammed into the gas port area to partially block the bleed-off. The result was instant and terrifying. More energy behind the round. The muzzle velocity surged. The 500-meter barrier was shattered. The M14 was now a high-velocity weapon capable of answering the SVD shot for shot at 800 meters and beyond. But the cost was real. The rifle's action became stiff, violent, and unreliable. It required manual wrestling to cycle the bolt after every shot. The rifle was operating on a knife's edge, risking catastrophic failure. But it was hitting the enemy. It was saving lives. The initial reports of M14s making hits at impossible range were met with total disbelief at command. The armorers who first performed this modification faced the real threat of disciplinary action. But the proof was in the field. When they saw the NVA snipers abruptly abandon safe positions, when the ghost rounds suddenly stopped, the truth became undeniable. There were no medals handed out for using illegal copper wire. There were no press releases. Instead, the solution was quietly, unofficially adopted. Specialist armorers began passing the technique from battalion to battalion, a secret, life-saving knowledge shared only among those who needed it. This ad hoc modification allowed American forces to survive that deadly technical gap until the proper sniper rifles could be deployed. It was a victory not of technology, but of human will, a testament to the desperate ingenuity of the men on the ground who decided that regulations meant nothing when compared to the value of a single Marine's life. The M14 was ultimately replaced, but its legacy is incomplete without the story of the unnamed heroes who illegally hacked it into a world-class sniper rifle. This act of defiance against technical compromise and military regulation saved thousands of lives. The story of the 75-cent wire is more than just a legend. It is a permanent, passionate reminder that in war, the most powerful weapon is not the hardware issued to you, but the fierce ingenuity you carry in your mind.